Day 2, I'm going to be making some rolls to go with the meatloaf. And this is one of the items that I've bought that I keep in my survival pantry. It is a bread and scone mix. One of the drawbacks to something like this is you have to add yeast and all those things. I guess you could use baking powder if you didn't have yeast, but it's again a drawback to these survival foods because you may or may not be able to come up with these items if it's a true emergency. But the good thing about making something like this is that I will have bread for several days for my challenge or whatever this thing is that I'm doing, eating survival foods. It's like I'm going to have to add more water. I'm going to make some rolls, and I'm also going to make a loaf. The loaf of bread will allow me to eat some of my stored tuna that I have stored for survival situations. I recently found a big sale on some store brand tuna. It was on sale, then they had a digital coupon for it, and I ended up paying 30 cents a can, and I bought like 30 cans. But I eat tuna fairly often anyway, so I just rotate it, eat the oldest first. Okay, the bread mix is ready, just have to let it sit. Okay, my dough has sat covered long enough for it to rise. One loaf pan already filled with parchment paper. Okay, so I'm going to have the loaf, and now I'm just going to make some rolls. And I believe there's going to be enough dough for an additional loaf. I will go wash my hands and get another loaf pan ready. Now this loaf will be a little smaller. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to have here shortly rolls as well as 2 loaves of bread. You don't like dough. I like dough, you don't. Now the dough does have a good taste. Not quite like homemade, but it's fairly close. So we will see how the bread is. Alright, breakfast day 3 on my challenge. This morning I am having mango oatmeal that I had made and freeze dried. It's just regular oatmeal that's been cooked, has a little cinnamon added, has mango in it. It's excellent. I've eaten it before. Not a huge oatmeal guy, but oatmeal's good for you, so I try to eat it. Here we have the bread that I made yesterday. Along with my oatmeal, I'm going to be having some toast. Made 2 loaves of bread. Also made some rolls. I have those here. Okay, here's my bread for toast. Here, Luna, where'd you go, baby? You want a piece of bread? Come here. There you go. Now I'm just going to wrap the bread up in some saran wrap. Well, this bread will be good for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. It'll be gone before then, but it would last that long. Wrap it. I'm going to wrap the other loaf as well. It's a little bit smaller. Okay, I've got my bread wrapped. Got my oatmeal rehydrating. Now I'm going to go make the toast. Okay, my toast is done. My oatmeal is just about done. The mango pieces take a little while to soak up that water. I'll give it another minute or two and try my toast. I'm pleased with the toast. The mango oatmeal is good. I mean, it's oatmeal, so you can't expect a whole lot. But you've got that cinnamon coming through. You've got the little chunks of mango in it, which make it much better. Now, for lunch today, I'm not going to film it. I've got my homemade bread. I'm just going to do a couple of tuna sandwiches. And then for my meal this evening, I've got a couple small pieces of meatloaf left. I will finish that off with a couple of rolls and maybe some corn. I don't know. We'll see when this evening gets here. But I'm going to enjoy the rest of my breakfast. You guys have a good day. Okay, we're at the end of day 3. I've got the last of the meatloaf and a couple of rolls. If I get hungry later, I may eat a little more tuna. But this finishes up day 3. See you guys soon.